In today's video, we're going to check out this. It's a USB powered 7-inch screen with HDMI connection and a touchscreen interface. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so I bought this 7-inch kind of battery powered monitor off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested if this turns out to be a good idea. Basically, I wanted something that specifically I would have a full-size HDMI port on it, as well as the ability to run from a USB battery pack or something. So I'm able to plug this in to my camera for when I'm connecting to the telescope that I'm using, so I can kind of see bigger images. Also be handy to plug into Raspberry Pis when I'm doing some troubleshooting stuff, and then like mini PCs, just generally having the ability to have something more flexible, not having to lug a big monitor around and have to try and find, you know, a plug to plug it into. So that's the idea here. I've not unboxed or anything yet, so we go through that together. This must be for hackers because it's got Kali Linux information on there. But this gives us information on kind of how to put this screen together. It's primarily designed to be for a Raspberry Pi, but this particular version comes with like a plastic stand enclosure, which will be interesting to see how that goes. So that's, I think, the Perspex laser cut stuff in there. So in the box we have a USB A to micro USB cable. This could either be for powering, or I'd also believe that this screen is touchscreen as well, so if the computer supports it, you can plug that in as well, which we'll look at in a moment. We have a full-size HDMI to like a micro HDMI as well, which is pretty handy. I think I just bought one of those, never mind. Then we have a couple of excuse me, rubber spacers, some nuts and bolts. We also have an adapter to take it from a full-size HDMI to the micro HDMI as well. You can have a little Phillips head screwdriver in there as well. And then here we have the screen itself. Ta-da, just like this. So on the side here we've got full-size HDMI, a connector for the touchscreen inputs, and then a connector for the power. And that's it. So it supports 1024 by 600. It's not mega kind of resolution, but at the end of the day, you know, the screen's pretty small, so I think we should be okie dokie. So let's have a little look, see what we have in here. I love the quality of laser cut plastics, but the thing I always struggle with is, you know, having to remove that protective sticky back stuff on it. It can take forever. I did a video in the past where I had a laser cut plastic ant farm, similar obviously kind of to deal to this, and it just took forever to get all of the kind of paper backings off everything. So as you can see, it's like this double-sided. It's obviously there for protection, and you know, have to pay someone else to manually remove it, but we've got to do this on all of the bits. So I'll stop the video now and come back once I've peeled all this off everything. I'm ready to assemble it. Okay, so I've managed to take off all those protective covers. I did break a nail, but we got this nice kind of shiny piano black finish, which I'm sure will be a scratch magnet, but hopefully it's going to do a good job of kind of getting things set up with what we want here. There's also a protective screen cover on the monitor there, so I'm just going to carefully take that off as well, or on the screen I should say. And then we have instructions as to how we're going to mount this all together. So we'll just quickly pop that together so it's all set up for us, and then we would get some peripherals to test it out. So I think I'm going to try it with a couple of things. One with a camera, not necessarily the camera that I use for the astrophotography, but a camera that has a HDMI out on it, and then we'll also get a laptop and see if we can obviously make sure that works, but also if that touchscreen feature kind of is any good as well. So when putting these together, we need to keep an idea of the indentation at the bottom here. So one side has a slight indentation on, so we just need to keep that in mind when we're putting this all together. So I'm just going to put that flat on the table now. Watch all the screws fall out. Put these larger rubber spacers on, or a plastic space actually, not rubber. Put those in there, like so. Okay, then we're going to put the screen on. So there's at the bottom of the screen here, we can see this kind of ribbon. That's where the touchscreen kind of capability is. So that's going to line up with this indent on here, which we're going to carefully slide in. And that sits nice and snugly, just like that. Then we will, what do we need to do now? Yeah, put these smaller plastic spacers on the ends there, just so we've got a bit of a gap between the back of the screen and this back of this casing here, and the casing with the cutouts here on the side. Should go something like this, I guess. So it all lines up with the outputs and stuff. There's an earphone jack on the side as well, which I didn't spot before, so it's good to know. I'm just going to do all this hand tight for now. Okay, so this is what's like, as I said, there's a little earphone jack on the side there, and an on and off switch at the top. So I'll do a couple of overlays so you can see what it looks like at the end here. Just do all these up, it's nice and tight. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm just going to put this little stand together. So that should be relatively straightforward. Right, then we basically have a, depending on which side you're mounting things on, you have a 60° and a 45° kind of mounting angle. So just make sure you put those on obviously the right ways. So. Okay, so that's the stand now finished. And so again, we can stand that up two different angles, so one like that, one like that. So let me grab some stuff so we can check out and see how this works, grab a power pack as well, and then see if this monitor does what we're hoping it's going to do. Okay, so we're back, got a couple of things set up now. So I've got a 10,400 milliamp battery pack connected here, which is then connected for our USB obviously back into the screen here. One thing obviously with the screen casing on, it's now not possible to see which one of those little USB slots was for the touchscreen or for power, so we may have it in the wrong one, we'll have to see. We can easily fix that. Then I'm going to plug this little HDMI connector into the back of this camera. And into the HDMI over here. Just move things about a little bit. And we'll turn that on. We'll turn the power on for this. Okay, and then we will turn the power on here. Oh, okay, it's working. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, we can see what's happening on this camera, on this screen, and it's currently using 5.06 volts and 0.6 amps, so about that. So not very power hungry. It's going to be able to run for a long time off this battery pack. But there, I'm really impressed. So yeah, that works pretty well. I'm actually really impressed with the image quality. So yeah, fantastic. What I'm going to do now is I'm either going to grab a Raspberry Pi or a laptop or something that I can plug into here, and also then plug in. I need to find an additional micro USB cable that we can then plug in and see if the touchscreen gets detected by the PC software, and if we can then, you know, move things around with this screen. But yeah, I'm happy so far, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. So a couple of things I've learned whilst just doing some setup. So the on and off switch for the screen actually isn't on and off switch at all. It's always powered if there's power to it. It's just turning the backlight on and off. When we come to connect it up into the PC, power and the touchscreen connectivity can come from just the one, the top USB kind of input there. So I don't know how well I'm going to have to do this, but I'm going to control the mouse on the small screen here. You can kind of see some things move around here. It's very difficult to see. If I try and open up something, you can see there it's actually really kind of pretty responsive. So I'm actually really really impressed with how well this is working. So if I just, I can just double tap. This laptop's not very powerful, but I think I can hear it trying to open up Chrome. So yeah, I'm really impressed. So at the time of doing this video, it's about £50. I'm really impressed with, you know, the quality of the screen and the image. I didn't buy it for that touchscreen functionality, but the fact it's got that as a bonus, you know, I think can be pretty helpful. Because one of the things I am considering using this for, again, I've already mentioned, use it with the camera, my telescope, but I also may get a mini PC that I'll connect in there as well, and that means I can now control it just all from that touchscreen. So yeah, if you're looking for a little USB powered screen, definitely worth checking one of these out. Put a link in the description to Amazon where I got it from, and yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got one, if it's worked well, kind of what applications you found for it. Maybe you found something similar that's you know, you think is better. Share that with us as well. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.